Hello, welcome back to the channel. Something slightly different today, although a little bit of deja vu. We're in a C1, but we're not in the red one. We're in Liz's blue Mark II C1. Something strange happened the other day. We were driving around, radio was off, and we heard some sloshing noises, like a free water sort of thing. So I thought, is this leaking? I know they are prone to leaking from the stoplight, but this sounded like an awful lot of water. So we stopped when we got home, we had a quick look, and the wheel well's full of water. So we're going to attempt to investigate what's going on and seal it. Right, so what we did find while we were investigating is if we push this, there's a lot of water coming out of it. I mean, it's reasonably dry now, it's not rained for a few days. And the reason being is that's a bit loose. So we're going to investigate why that's a bit loose. The same happened on this side, but that's solid as a rock. So we're going to lift the carpet, have a look, see what's happened with that. And for this one, it's over to Liz.
Okay, so what I think's been happening is that I think the water's been coming in down this seal into the little gap here just between the lights, and then somehow getting into the back of this. And when I pressed down here the other day, it's absolutely off down here. It's obviously come down here and then gone into the wick where the spare wheel well goes. As you can see, there is still a little bit of water lying around. Not as much as it was the other day because it's probably all dried out. So I have used the car now, I've had the heating on since, so it's probably all dried out now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dry all this up with a towel, and then start taking this trim off and try and chase this leak. Okay, so pulled off all the trim now, and as you can see, there is a hell of a lot of water that's run all the way down. It's all in there, so I do think it has been coming in from somewhere. Not yet entirely sure where that is as of yet. However, I have found the reason why my headlight is rear lights are wobbly on this side. That's because there's a nut missing from here. So a while ago I had a problem with the rear park camera on my car and took it into Citroen to be looked at. It turns out there was a electric fault with it, so I had it all fixed under warranty. But I think when they've actually been putting the car back together, they forgot to put a nut on, which is kind of annoying, but at least it's nothing too drastic like a snapped clip or anything. So that's on that side. Same on this side as well. Again, quite a bit of water. It's all got down here and that. Obviously it's all absolutely soaking wet. So again, do think it's somehow coming in from the boots, just don't know how it's actually getting in. But I did also find another patch of water as well when we were doing the car, which is just here. It's all absolutely soaking wet, so I think that's coming in either through the actual brake light, the top brake light, which I know is a fault on the Mark 1s, so I think it's actually copied through onto the Mark 2, which is really annoying. But again, at least I found it now so I can address it. Okay, so just nipped to the local DIY store and just picked up a little nut and washer just to replace the one that should have gone on here. Oh, I'm just going to pop this on first, which is just a little washer. Right. Okay, and then stick the little nut on. I'm just going to hand tighten that on for now. Okay, and then I'm just going to get that screwed in. Okay, and now that is completely secure again. Oh, it did wobble, and now it does not wobble. Okay, so we've dried everything off. The trim's all been obviously put back in, replaced. Obviously headlight is now unwobbly, so that's all fixed. We've dried it all off inside as well. All behind the trim panels as well, so we'll see how we go from there. So just popped off what I think is where the top brake light is, and as you can see there's a wonderful little stream of water just trickling down now, so I think I found where the leak's coming from. Oh yeah. So as you can sort of see in here, it was a lovely pool of water sat in there, which is just fabulous really. Okay, so in the process, like a pair of tools, of trying to remove the stoplight, we've actually broken it. Snapped it in about 4 different places, so I'm going to go to Citroen tomorrow and get a new one.
The next day.
Okay, so what I've found out is there is some little clips inside here, not that you can see them on camera, which is quite annoying, that I just need to try and push out so that I can get the rear brake light out up here on the top. Okay, so they're really difficult to get off these things. I'd recommend if you can have 2 people help you, because you need someone putting tension on the actual light up here, and then someone who's got very small hands like myself to actually get in through the boot side to actually push these clips down. So what you have to do is kind of push them. I started at the top first just because they're the ones I could see. So I just literally pushed these down and then we worked our way around and eventually got it out. It does take some time and it is quite difficult. So do bear with it, it will come out. It just takes a little bit of messing around with first. Don't do what we did originally and try to get it out via pushing this, because you'll end up just snapping it in certain parts. Luckily it's not too damaged. You can get away with that with a bit of glue and hopes and dreams. Apart from that though, that's all out now. Obviously the lights came out really easily. It's just the actual unit it sits in that was quite difficult to get out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean the area with some alcohol wipes just to get it all prepped, ready for the silicone. And now I'm just going to dry that off with a little bit of blue roll or kitchen paper or whatever. So that is now all prepped ready for silicone. Okay, so we've glued the snap pieces now on the fitting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect the washer hose again, which just fits on quite nicely there. And now I'm going to just bead of silicone all the way around here, all the way around, and then it should, in theory, just slot straight back in into obviously there. And then obviously once it's back in, I'll put the lights back in, which should just be a case of just clipping in, and then obviously put the access cover back as well. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm now happy that this is sealed and hopefully, fingers crossed, no rain gets in there. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to reinstall the lights. So what I actually done earlier is I actually just disconnected the actual lights from there because they were getting in my way and I was scared of actually just smashing a bulb or breaking a plastic because I'm really clumsy like that. So I'm just going to reconnect these and it should be a simple case of push that in, there we go, and then I kind of now need to then put them up there. I think they're all in the holes. Certainly feels that way. and then now back in. It was a simple case with that. Obviously I can't show you on camera because that gap's absolutely tiny, and I said you need tiny girly hands to actually get in here. But all you literally do is just find where, line up the lights with the holes and then just push in. That's it. Really, really simple. And I was going to put my access cover back in, which is this. I'm just going to pop that. She says. Move it the other way. Why is it always the simplest things are always the hardest to get back in? There we go. There we go. There is some little tiny, like a groove on their actual clips that you've just got to line up with the actual bodywork, and then that slots back in. So that's all nice and tight back in now. Just going to put my spare wheel back in. It's back in. That fits in there. Excuse the carpet. And that's it, done. So hopefully that helps someone who's having a similar problem. So hopefully that's helped someone out there who's having a similar issue with their Mark II C1. Process is not difficult, just fiddly. As I said, this access cover, you've got to have like tiny girly hands able to get in there. Just because of how fiddly it all is and how tight the space is, it's really quite difficult. Just important thing to remember, these are these horrible silver clips. Don't try and do what we did initially and try and rip it off from the outside, because you'll just end up snapping your light, which you don't want, and they're bloody expensive online. As I said, just remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and Instagram's at the bottom. I'll see you in the next one.